Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you're here, you probably came here from TikTok where I posted the viral Teyana Locs video. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and I know y'all have been begging for a detailed video where I tell y'all exactly the hair I use, how I did it, and all the ins and outs. And I finally got the chance to record it on somebody and just give y'all the details. So we're gonna speed through this real quick, and then I'm gonna slow it down for y'all and show y'all exactly what I did. Okay, so I've added a page with a few details on the hair. I have the number of packs that I use for everything, along with the type of hair that I used, the color that I used, and the prep time and the total amount of parts. I use a little bit of color for to add dimension, and then I'm going to show y'all just how I incorporate all of them into a single lock. So the base of each lock is Marley hair. I take one strand of the Marley hair straight from the pack and I divide it into 3 sections. And that's what you'll see hanging on the rack. It's just 1/3 of a strand of Marley hair. I'm going to use 2, double it up, and then I'm going to pull it for strength. You're going to see me put 2 together and then putting them in a way that makes them longer. And then I'm going to feed it through the top section. At the bottom of the screen, I put what hair I'm using to wrap at the time I'm using to wrap so that you guys don't get confused. When I get to the perimeter of the hair, I don't put the crochet needle at the base of the hair. I put it towards the middle and I add the Marley hair in between. This way, there's no knots at the front and it just lays flat. Here I am grabbing for the spring twist hair, and this is the hair that I use to wrap majority of the hair, but I do switch in between Marley hair and water wave hair. I'm putting it at the base, at the root of the braid, and then I'm going to start twisting around. Okay, this is where we add hair, and when I add hair, I basically do it vertically, and then I start wrapping with the long section. Honestly, it's whatever works best for you, but this is what works best for me, and sometimes I add glue just if I feel like it wasn't wrapped securely. But basically, I leave one of the strands alone, and then I use the other one to wrap, and then honestly, it's just a mismatch of wrapping. I'm gonna zoom in and give y'all a closer look. But here I am adding it again vertically and then just wrapping it around. So all throughout the lock, whenever it's time to like add more hair, I usually just switch what hair I pick up. The last time I had spring twist hair, this time I'm using Marley hair, and I might grab like the water wave hair. Now that we've come to the front, you can see where I added the Marley hair in between the braid, not even at the base. But whenever I add the wrapping hair, I always add it at the base of the braid. And I always add spring twist hair first, and I start wrapping with that because I feel like that's like the most natural. Marley hair is too coarse and too rough, while like spring twist hair is soft but not too smooth like water wave hair. But the spring twist hair works amazing, and it also gives it a natural texture. So I start off with that, and then you can see me as I add more hair and switch in between Marley hair, water wave hair, and sometimes I even use the curly pieces and use that as wrapping. But honestly, the more amount of textures, the more natural it's gonna look, because you know, things that are irregular or it just gives it a more natural look. In the same way that I'm wrapping, that I'm adding the Marley hair and the spring twist hair is the same way that I add the curly pieces. That's the organic body curl or either the body wave. I switch between those two. Make sure you're switching in between curls throughout the hairstyle because the different curls also gives it that natural look. So I also use water wave curls sometimes at the ends, but like the different curls, the different textures just adds to the whole natural look. Okay, here's a closer look of what it looks like when I'm wrapping. Honestly, my wrapping is pretty hectic. There's not really a pattern to it, but sometimes I use my thumb to like add little grooves in it. Sometimes I don't, so like I do use my thumb, but honestly it's just like a general wrap.
Oh, y'all, come get sculpted by Sky. If you want a fat ass, if you want fat titties.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
big titties, sorry. Yeah. If you want big titties, if you want a slim waist, come get sculpted by Sky. I'm gonna get you right.
So I realized I had forgot to record adding curls to the end of the hair, so I just literally just now made a whole new video where y'all can see exactly how I add like the different textures of hair. It's just a lot more detailed. I just felt like I had to add that in there. But I started off with this spring twist hair, and now I'm showing you how I add a different type of hair. This right here is the water wave hair. And I'm just adding it on like I did previously in the video. Then after that, I'm gonna add Marley hair and then another spring twist hair, and then I'll show y'all how I close it off. This is where we add basically the end curl to the lock. You add it the same way you've added the rest of the hair throughout the video, and then you go down just a little bit to secure it. This is where I use glue because I just don't want the ends to mess up and I don't want to take any chances. So I add some glue, and then I pull the curl back down the right way so that it acts as the end. And basically I just use the rest of the hair at the end and wrap it up and down the lock. Okay, after all the locks are done, it looks really stiff. So what I do is I use a blow dryer to add some heat and loosen it up. And then I basically brush it through to make it a lot more rough to give it that natural look. And then I add a foam to secure all the locks. For the shells, all you really do is get one of the shells. You'll see me do it real soon. And you put a rubber band through the empty space in the center, and you pull it through. So you have a rubber band on one side of the shell and one on the other. And then you put your fingers through, and you basically use those two holes and wrap it around a lock. You'll see. Here's me struggling to get the rubber band in the shell because it's not that easy as it looks. The rubber band is pretty small, and just trying to get my fingers through it was a lot, but I think I just reached and grabbed another rubber band and just did it with that. But just keep trying, and it's gonna work eventually. After that, I use a really small flat iron and I curl her edges. And I didn't want to leave out too many edges because edges are going to come out as the hairstyle gets older. I swooped them, and that is it. That's it for the final video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to show y'all a progression of the locks. This is 1 to 2 weeks in. I say closer to 2 weeks after I did my hair. And then the next video is more on to 2 to 3 weeks. So as you can tell, as you wear it more, it gets more natural, gets more relaxed. And as your roots grow out, it blends in with the hair really nicely.